My name is Julianna Hritz. I'm the baker and owner of Vines Bakery, and I graduated from Ashland University in 2016. I get asked a lot why I ended up in AU even though I'm from Pennsylvania, because from my experience, we don't have a ton of out-of-state students, especially people that aren't international students or from athletics or drawn for a specific program. And I guess the answer is it just fit all the things I was looking for. My older sister actually went to AU, so she was 2 years older than me. So that's, I guess, how it ended up on my radar, as my sister was already going here. And I came to visit, and I just remember thinking it was the perfect size for me. At the time, I was really interested in education, so I knew they had a fantastic education program. Ashland University was the right combination of opportunities with a small town feel. So I was excited that I could be a part of a lot of different things and sort of dip my toe into a lot of different areas of campus, but still have it be small enough to feel connected to my professors and to have like community in the residence halls and things like that. I had a fantastic education at AU, not only in the classroom, but outside of the classroom. I think that Ashland University does a great job of targeting the holistic person. So it's not just here are your academics, or it's not just like here are your social events. I think I had the ability to just try so many different things with staff and professors and fellow students that would walk alongside me and encourage me to try new things or to go new places. So I had fantastic professors in my classroom. So I was an education major. My major was family and consumer science education, and I had minors in hospitality management, child and family studies, and religion. So I kind of hit all areas of campus in that way. And I always had professors that were encouraging me to think about what I was doing, dive deeper into what I was studying. I decided I didn't want to be a teacher right at the end of my senior year. So up until that point, I loved my program, I loved my field experience, I loved my professors and my students, I loved everything about education until my spring semester of senior year when I was doing student teaching. So you're in a classroom every day, you don't really have any other coursework, that's all you're focused on. And for some reason, something about that daily, the responsibilities of being a teacher and all the other extra things that go along with it was just not clicking for me. And that's when I decided, like probably 2 months before graduation, that I wasn't going to be looking for teaching jobs. I had school districts and people saying like, hey, like here's this job posting, like here it is, you should apply for it. And every time I was just like, I just can't, like something about it, I just don't want to do it. It's not that I didn't have opportunities or, I could have gone to career fairs, or there was all kinds of people asking me about being a teacher. I just chose that it wasn't what I was looking for at the time, but I had no clue what else I was going to do. I have always loved baking, so it was just something that as a child, I just loved to do. I watched way too much Food Network growing up, and I was always in the kitchen, just baking or cooking or doing whatever. We would have like Iron Chef competitions with my siblings, and we hosted like our own little cooking show. And we had our old camcorder and would like videotape our little cooking shows, and I'd always be baking, cookies for my classmates or whatever it was. So I had always just had a really strong interest in it and never really considered it as a career past high school. So in the 3rd grade, I told everyone I wanted to be a pastry chef. Like that's what everyone that asked me, like that's what I would tell them. But when it got to reality of like, hey, you actually have to pick what you want to go to school for, what you want to do after high school, I looked for something else, which is why I loved family and consumer science education at AU, because I thought, well, I can teach other people to cook or like, and have all these other things, but still have this quote unquote, like normal career, like stable, normal job. But yeah, then when I let go of teaching is kind of when I came back around to the fact that I've always loved to bake. And I was like, well, I started off at the farmers markets at Ashland. And then it just kept growing from there to this, which is crazy. I think what gave me the confidence to go out and do this was just the relationships that I built at Ashland, the people that encouraged me to step out of my comfort zone and try something new while I was at school, the people that decided that, you know, I could do whatever I wanted to do, or like persuaded me to sort of step out of the normal box of like, this is what your major is, this is what you're anticipated to do after graduation, you should only look at these jobs. I had some key people in my life through Ashland University who said, yes, you'd be a fantastic teacher and we're really proud of all you're doing here, but also like you're so much more than just this career path that you like pigeonholed yourself into, or like the world has told you that that's your only option. I think Ashland, in the way that you really are known by people on campus, that gave me the ability, you know, and the connections to say like, no, like go out and try something different. Like we know who you are, we know that you can do this, so like just go try. I think this space has a unique opportunity to sort of bring both sides of this town together. As a student, you're so busy with what's going on campus and your schoolwork and your friends that you don't have a lot of time to step out into the community and kind of see what's going on out there. I know when I was a student, I barely even drove around town, let alone explored different, you know, businesses and things in town. And as a community member, you don't often have a ton of opportunities to interact with the college community unless you come on campus for, you know, sporting events or like musical events or something. So it's been really cool to watch, you know, a set of students at this table studying and a family with their little baby that I know from the community at another table, and getting to know each other and interacting and just kind of sharing the same space. And I think that our location is a fantastic place for that, that we're right on campus, but this used to be a lot of different coffee shops that people in the community have come to know and love. And so I'm just very thankful that we can offer this space back up to the community like that. So yeah, I think it's always fun to sort of mix those two things together and have students and community members coming together and learning about each other and just having a mutual place to sort of gather. So I would love to continue to do that and just have another gathering space for the community and for students to get off campus, to try something new, to have an environment that feels comfortable and safe and welcoming. So I think those are just kind of my goals for this business and this space in the town. I think Ashland University is a fantastic place to not only learn more about the major that you're involved in, but to also learn more about yourself and what you love. And hopefully those two things together can lead a student to figure out what their passion is. We have a fantastic community of people here that even if you decide that you're gonna change your mind halfway through schooling or at the very end of your years in college, we have a group of people that are able to get to know who you are, sort of figure out a roadmap for you, and to know that there's not just one direction that you're gonna go in life. I think that's probably the biggest lesson that I learned through this whole process, is that it's not a geographic location or a job title or a career choice or a major that you select that defines your purpose. It's who you are and what you believe through that journey. So you can go to a school that just focuses on academics, and if you are entirely sure that that's the only thing that you want to do in your whole life, then that's fantastic. But I think there's so much value in being able to come to a place that focuses on who you are and not just what you are doing in the classroom. And to have professors who know about your personal life and your passions, and so they can gear different experiences and learning towards what you're interested in. Or people that are in charge of student life or, you know, residence life or all the other different aspects of campus that holistically pay attention to who you are and are able to help you develop into who you're created to be. Ashland is just, it's home to me now. I remember like the first time it became home, I think I was probably in my freshman year, and I remember catching myself saying like, oh, I'm going home now. And I was like, oh, am I going home? and that meant Ashland. And I was like, oh yeah, like I am going home now. So yeah, it's a great place full of really amazing, kind, loving people. And I'm forever thankful for the people that I've met because I've come to Ashland University.